Hey, welcome to the channel, everybody. Glad to have you guys here. XRP to the moon, baby. We're having another great day to the upside, getting very close to that level that we talked about the other day, 47,854. It's right there in our sights. Now, what's crazy, we got the green in the background. We had a significantly down start to this daily candle just recently in the last couple of hours, battled back. We currently have 1 hour, 9 minutes left in this. If we take a look at our 4-hour candles, we can see, boom, we're starting to move to the upside. But on this last 4-hour candle, it had a pretty significant dip right in here. And we just had two really good boost candles, really, really good volume coming in. This one being here at 10 a.m. Pacific time, and this one being right now at the 1500 or 3 p.m. Pacific time candle. Again, that one only has 9 minutes and 25 seconds left. But what's interesting, Ethereum absolutely moonshot the last couple of hours here. In fact, they had quite the outstanding day as far as the whole candle goes, up 4% on the day. Bitcoin lagging a little behind, but it is up 2% also. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on here. You can see they're running up pretty significantly. Now, this one just tagged right off of one of our key levels there at 19,702 rejected, but we'll see if there's more power to the upside. But this Ethereum run has been outstanding. So if you guys remember, just the other day, it came down, had a low all the way down here of 1253, now running up all the way up to 1365 is what it's currently sitting at. Nearly got to our 1100 exponential moving average up here at 1383. It'll probably try to get there over the next couple of hours before having a turn down. So let's go ahead, jump back to XRP though. That's what matters in this video. I just wanted to point out a couple of other cryptos on the day. Some really exciting stuff here. We got a lot of green going on. The weekly candles coming to a close on all cryptos here in 1 hour and 8 minutes. And as we take a look here at XRP, we talked about this the other day, how it was trading sideways, had this crazy dip this week, early in the week, and now it's battling back pretty significantly. It also did hit one of our key levels earlier, but we talked about it bouncing off right here, the 50 exponential moving average. It did go up, tapped the 50 exponential moving average, rejected, went up, retested again, rejected again, but now it is trying to make that move to the upside. We still have not closed that fair value gap that we've been talking about on the weekly charts here. That fair value gap is still sitting there right here at that 41 cent level. I'm not sure if it's going to fill that. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. Obviously, the momentum coming in the markets, I still personally think that we're not at the bottom yet. We've been having this interesting pump the last couple of days, because even if you look at the Dixie, it was falling. Okay, so the Dixie on the weekly charts 2 weeks ago hit a 9-count sell signal. Last week started selling off hard. Now you can see right now, the day just opened, the indices and the Forex market just open. I know it's Sunday here in the US, but when the other markets in the other countries open, the markets all open. Right now, the dollar's trying to gather some steam, trying to gather some strength here, even though it did have a 9-count sell signal on the weekly charts. This new weekly chart is trying to battle up. It does have 5 days, 1 hour left in it. And if we take a look here at the daily charts, it's been trading sideways. But as we always talk about, when the dollar is strong, Bitcoin, stocks, Ethereum, cryptos in general are weak. When the dollar is weak, stocks, Bitcoin, cryptos, XRP is going to be strong. So we want the dollar to soften. We don't want a super strong dollar. We want to see this thing start to crash to the downside. And in fact, if we pull up our RSI indicator before we jump back to the XRP chart here, what we want to see on the dollar, we do have we do have the dollar reaching the RSI of the 50 level. That is the center point. We're also with the black background instead of the green. Remember, the green background is the bullish, black background is the more bearish scenario. There is potential that that thing could continue to ride on down, which would be fantastic. Looking here on the weekly charts, you can see here the weekly just flashed, literally This last weekly candle, this one right here from last week that closed, flashed under the market baseline, the yellow line. That is bearish. It also had flashed under the slow moving average, flashing the background to a red, which is very positive. Also, the market baseline all the way at 70, which is rare for any token or currency or anything to get that high. The market baseline to be that high. It reached all the way up there into the overbought territory market baseline. So on average, the dollar is overbought. So are we going to see the final stages of the crash? We've had consistent bearish divergence, but the dollar continues rallying strong. What we want to see the Federal Reserve pivot. Hopefully that comes at the end of this month. And then we have an absolute rocket ship to the moon to end the year for cryptos and stocks. So let's jump back. Just wanted to make sure you guys understand what's going on over here in the dollar too. It's showing weakness, had a 9-count sell signal, did sell off last week. We're going to have to keep track of this week, because if it does start to fall, great things are going to be happening in crypto. All right, so jumping to XRP now, as we talked about with XRP, how it did get outside of our Bollinger Band, still above our market baseline, so bullish, right? It's above the 50 level, so bullish, and then also it is above the slow moving average, so our background, this background is green. So not the main background here, but the background in between the moving averages, or the RSIs, still green. So bullish, bullish, bullish on the weekly charts. Even though we've had two pullback weeks, this week the candle for cryptos, because they trade 24/7, they end on Sunday, 5 p.m. Pacific time. That's about to come to a close. And with this rally, it's trying to finish in a bullish scenario. For the week, it is currently down only 1.55%. So that's crazy, very strong to the positive side. Considering how far it had dropped, it's battled all the way back up. So now jumping back to our daily charts here, taking a look at what we have going on. We do have the potential of price on XRP rallying all the way up and then getting to our green line here. Let's go ahead and get rid of the fair value gaps. And that green line is our 49-cent level. So 50 cents would be a great target for XRP to get back to. Now, we have had 3 consecutive bullish days. 1, 2, 3. These last 2, not extremely bullish, not tons of volume. But what did happen? We got back inside of our volatility band. That's bullish. We also got above our slow moving average. So instead of this red background, it turned green. So that's bullish. The only thing we have here, the market baseline is sloping down, not very exciting. And also you can see this could potentially curl back down. So XRP Army, we're hoping and rooting for a strong continuation to the upside. Let's jump down to our 4-hour charts. Let's go ahead and jump over to Heikin-Ashi, and let's take a look at supply and demand zones. So we're going to turn off our TD sequential indicator there. So what we'll notice is we did break above our 4-hour supply and demand zone right here. So that did officially break to the upside. Remember, we had our downside supply and demand zone right here, this last blue candle before the up move. And then our upside is our last white candle before the down move. Now, when we flip to Japanese candlesticks, you can see we have busted above that. And our body of the candle is still there. So this is really exciting, because now what we need is another white continuation candle, or a white up candle, accumulation candle, whatever you want, to close above this section. So let's take a look here at our 1 hour. You can see even on our 1 hour candle, this is the candle that busted above our resistance. So what we need is this candle to finish and close here in 21 seconds. We need the next candle to continue its upward movement and do a hard close. We want a white bodied candle closed above this zone, indicating that we have claimed this zone as a support so we can move to the upside. So jumping back to our 4 hour, this is why this is important. We go back to Heikin-Ashi. and we look, okay, so if this level is, if it's acquired, right? The upside level is acquired and it becomes a support level. Well, where's our next move to the upside? It is this candle here. And that gets us up into that 47-cent level. In fact, that's just been tapped. That is the one that tapped and rejected off. So we are now in this little zone here. So we're gonna have to break this down a little bit tighter. Let's go ahead and go down to the 1 hour. Let's go to Heikinashi candles. Let's clear all of the drawings so it's not messy here. You can also see on the 1 hour, we talked about this for the last couple of days, that it was on its way down to do a bearish cross upon the 1100, but decided to make the bullish turnaround, and it has started to make its way to the upside. So you can see here, this was headed down. If it would have crossed down here, that would have been bad news, but instead it continued its way up. So let's see where we're at for our supply and demand zones here. So we take our box, we go to this high point here on this accumulation candle right there. So that is going to be a potential target to the upside. We have this one right here. That one has been acquired, right? So we've broken above that one, broken above these, we've broken above these. We do have this one right here. So there's going to be a lot of resistance on its way up. But if it makes the break and it gets to the breakout zone, then we can see something like what we had over here with Ethereum. So let's jump back. Now that we've got those factored out, that's perfect. So this is the levels that we're looking for price to get back to. It needs to break this level that it's at right here. So we can remove these. These are downside targets. So this is its immediate resistance, 46899. And then the top of that one is 47253. So if you're taking notes, those are the numbers there. And then right above that is where we want to see it get to 47808, with the top of that at 48446. And then we will have the next level that we want to acquire, which is this one here, 49 and 51. And then we'll have our top level to acquire, which is here, 5253. And then we go for our ultimate breakout, which we just need to break above this 55894, which we've been talking about for days. So on the daily charts, you can see that it was a support for a long time, broke. Now it's a crazy hardcore resistance. We didn't even quite make it there back here when we tried to make the attempt on October 9th, rejected all the way down to the 50 exponential moving average. It's making its headway to the upside, trying to challenge all of this interference that we're going to see, because all of this history is a bunch of different orders, buy, sells, buy, sells, buy, sells. We need to get up into a nice clear zone, which would be up here above this 55, 56 cent range. And then after we do that, then we can talk about taking our next levels. And what have we been talking about for weeks now? 55, 65, 75 cents. Because if we take a look here on our daily charts, we go to supply and demand, we go here. Oh, that's the wrong one. Here we go. We go to this candle here. And then we go to this candle here. And then we go to this candle here. All right, so here we go. We got the 55 level we have to break. And then in this zone, we have to break this whole zone. It's a big zone. 65 cents is the top of that zone. We need to break and claim that. The next level is 75,892. So that's 75 level. Boom, we get there. After that, we get to this level here, 85 cents, all the way up to 87 cents. Then we get into a crazy interference zone here, which we'll have to dive into when we get there. Now let's talk about if for some reason this pump that just happened today was some sort of fake out, because like we just said right now, you got to always cover your bases, tops and bottoms. If we look here on the daily chart that just started kicking off for the US dollar, it was very, very weak on October 21st, which was Friday. But today, the 24th, it's starting to the upside for the day so far. So what if the dollar just all of a sudden starts to rally out of nowhere? Well, we could see the likely turn down of the RSI continue its way down to the 30 level. That's a potential. And the reason that we talk about that is because you could see RSI on the weekly chart is so high and so out of balance that it needs to come all the way down to the market baseline regardless. And then also what we're tracking is to see, we want to make sure that the RSI trend line is not broken. But if this were to come down to here, a higher low for the RSI, that would probably correlate with a new lower low in price, giving us a weekly bullish divergence. Now, right now, I'm very unconfident in that happening only because of what happened today, right? So today was a crazy pump day. With what Ethereum has done today, it's rallied the entire weekly system here for Ethereum. And what's interesting, it has rallied here, it's rallied here, it's rallied here, it's rallied here, it's rallied here in the past. This line right here, this 1354 line, has been a major pain in the neck for the price of Ethereum. So we'll continue to watch that today and then also as we get into next week. That also correlates, if this dollar keeps pumping strong, Ethereum could likely start to cool off. So let's take a look and see what would happen for Ethereum if it had a drop of some kind. So our next level down is this blue candle here, and that's at 45 cents to 43 cent level. From there, we would have this lower level right here, and that's the 43 to 41 cent level. You can see that is where a extreme amount of orders were gathered, right? Because when this price ran down from this area, ran up, and when it came right back in there, bam, immediately on that 1 4-hour candle, when it hit there, it just rejected that. Came back down, retested again, started its way to the upside. So this is a very strong support level, which is good, 43 to 41 cents. And then if we take a drop down from there, what could possibly happen? We have this little candle right here, giving us that 40 to 39 cent level. There's even another candle right here, giving us the 38 to 37 cent level. And then there is this candle right here, which is that 34 cent level. So lots and lots of supports on the way down as well. So not only is it going to be a strong, heavy, hard fight to the upside, having to battle through all of this right here, if it starts to drop, we know which levels that it could potentially get to. That's on the 4-hour charts. If we take a look at the daily, it cleans it up a lot. But I like to look at these smaller time frames too, because those are more realistic to hit over the next day or two. A daily chart, for it to play out to its next levels, could take a week to 2 weeks. So let's take a look at what swinging options we have here. Down to the bottom side here on the daily charts, 34 cents to 32 cent level. And then our upside gives us our most immediate resistance on the daily is here at this 47 cent level, 47,821. After that, we could bump all the way up to here, getting us to that 50 cent level. So good signs are ahead for us right now. We have 50 minutes left. This candle did not look like it was going to do much today, but in this last couple of hours, we've had a nice comeback from all the way down here. Nice push to the upside. Good job, bulls. Way to battle back for the day. Now let's go take a look at the news. All right, so what is trending right now? We have Cardano founder slams XRP community over spreading conspiracy theories regarding the SEC case. Now, for those of you that don't know, he actually came out in support of Ripple in a big way. He was very, very understanding of why Brad Garlinghouse would be pissed off and so on and so forth, why he completely thinks the SEC is out of bounds for taking this case. But the problem is a lot of the XRP community is telling a lot of truths that he's calling conspiracy theories. For example, that the New World Order wants to take over all of the monetary system and they want to take it over themselves. They don't want you to be able to own any of it. That is not really a conspiracy theory. It's kind of true, but he considers it a conspiracy theory. So what side is he really on? Is he a white hat or is he a black hat? Like what kind of information is he playing? So I did find something on Twitter that I thought was very interesting that I would like to play for you guys also. All right, so this comes from a Twitter account, Ant1, and let's just play some of the sound bites. It's a 2-minute clip, but this just gives you an idea of what we've been talking about on this segment for a while, how they want to be able to control the money so that way they can control you, right? Because if you have money on a card that they can simply turn off, you'll never be able to buy anything. So right now, if you are doing something where the government doesn't like or whatever, you can go around the government by using coins or fiat currencies, dollar bills. But with digital currency, if that's the only currency allowed through CBDCs or whatever the case may be, well, they can do the social credit score. And then if you are not in line with what they say they need you to be in line with, they can just shut you off. So here we go.
Government decided to freeze your bank accounts today. You think they might have some power over you tomorrow? Did you know this has already been tested successfully in a first world country this year? What if I told...
So if you don't remember, in Canada, they did actually shut off truckers' bank accounts because they were protesting in Canada. They drove their giant semi trucks to the Capitol and parked. When they just parked throughout the entire country in different spots, shutting down the country in a lot of different ways. And so the government just turned off their money.
Told you there were people planning to take complete control of your money and therefore control of your life, your choices, and your future. Some might call you a conspiracy theorist for even thinking it, except it is happening in plain sight. It's just being positioned as something that's good for you. And what if I told you the dominant countries of the world are leading you to believe they are in conflict?
So we have crazy wars going on right now. And then remember, they just keep you distracted. Everything's about distraction. Because if you're distracted thinking there's a war, thinking there's a food shortage, thinking there's a pandemic, thinking there's anything, you're not focused on what they're doing in front of us.
When they're actually working together for the sake of a one world monetary system. It's called misdirection. And until you see what's hiding in the hands behind their backs, you will have no choice but to follow along with their agenda. You will own nothing and be happy.
And if you're not familiar with that, the World Economic Forum, at a speech, the actual head and the creator of the World Economic Forum, he came out and said that exact quote. Everyone, you will own nothing and you will be happy. That's literally their goal. And they have Agenda 2030.
And apparently this refers to your money now. It's not my saying. It's officially published text within the World Economic Forum, a highly inclusive club of billionaires, global policymakers, and heads of central banks.
It's a big, giant club, and you're not in it.
All of which who met in Davos this year to further this reset agenda. This is something I forecasted to our clients a full 10 years before it became public knowledge. Your only way out of this is to be 3 steps ahead, is to play them at their own game and think for yourself.
So that's why a lot of people are very excited about being in XRP now. And by the way, I'm not a financial advisor, so don't buy or sell anything because we talk about on this channel. But if the World Economic Forum, if the powers that be are going to switch to a currency, and then it is the world currency, well, if you own some of it, you're going to be on the inside.
And know the central bank's plans before they execute them. This video will show you their plans, one of which is the CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, programmable money that's in full control of those behind the program itself, and those that got us into this mess, from automatic taxation to when and where you're allowed to make purchases to the next level of control at the push of a button. Buckle up and get ready, because we're already on this ride. Coming. Government.
So that is what Charles Hoskinson is referring to when he says that the XRP community is spreading conspiracy theories, because the XRP community is awake, right? So you hear the new term out there is woke, people are woke. Well, before woke was a thing, there was a thing called being awake. Like you opened your third eye, you were awake to the matrix, you took the red pill versus the blue pill. You took the red pill and you saw the world the way it is, right? A lot of XRP members are those types of people. The fact that Cardano founder Charles Hoskin is slamming people for being smart and using their own free will to be educated on different subjects is a little disheartening, actually. Also trending, Kraken changes their mind on all Russian users. They're closing their accounts. So Kraken will not allow people in Russia to use their accounts. Bitcoin correlation with gold hits 40-day high as battle for safe haven asset intensifies. This was also an interesting tweet from Vinco over here. SEC only went after Ripple XRP to try and take out Bitcoin and Ethereum's biggest competition. Little did they know it would backfire and expose just how corrupt, politically motivated the SEC is. The Hinman documents will show just how shameful these people are.